Today, we're embarking on a life-changing journey, the art of living alone and living fully. It's a path filled with self-discovery, empowerment, and profound personal growth. So grab a cozy spot and let's dive deep into this enriching exploration together. Have you ever wondered what solitude could teach you? How living on your own could transform your life in ways you never imagined? Or how ancient wisdom from Buddha can guide you to not just survive being alone, but to truly thrive? These aren't just questions, they're the gateway to an extraordinary adventure. In today's fast-paced world, being alone can feel overwhelming, even terrifying. We cling to relationships that drain us, chase validation from others, and drown under the weight of emotional baggage and societal expectations. But what if the quiet moments we fear hold the key to unlocking our greatest potential? Living alone isn't about isolation, it's about freedom. It's about silencing the chaos and discovering the beauty within ourselves. It's a chance to heal, grow, and see life through a clearer lens. With the help of Buddha's timeless teachings, you'll learn to embrace the stillness, find courage in fear, and uncover joy in life's simplest moments. In this video, we'll show you how to transform loneliness into peace, find fulfillment in solitude, and start living a richer, more colorful life. And here's the best part. There's a powerful bonus lesson waiting for you at the end, one that just might change everything. If you're going to take away one thing from this video, let it be this: true happiness starts within. That's all you need to know in life. Let's begin. Lesson 1. Let go of toxic relationships. Have you ever felt the weight of someone else's negativity pulling you down? It's as if their energy clouds your thoughts and makes your path feel unclear. In Buddhist philosophy, there is a profound teaching about letting go, not just of material possessions, but of toxic relationships that drain our emotional and spiritual reserves. True happiness, especially when you are alone, begins with releasing what no longer serves your growth. Imagine a lotus growing in a murky pond. It rises above the mud, untouched by the water below. In the same way, we must rise above unhealthy attachments. Toxic relationships, much like the mud, can weigh us down, keeping us from flourishing. Buddhism teaches us that clinging to such connections stems from attachment, which is the root of suffering. Modern life often convinces us that we need to hold on to every relationship out of fear, guilt, or habit. But consider this. What if holding on is preventing you from finding peace and clarity? You don't need to fill every silence with someone else's voice. Sometimes solitude holds the answers we seek. As the Buddha said, attachment leads to suffering. Let go, and you will be free. Take a moment to reflect on your relationships. Who uplifts you? Who leaves you feeling drained? Create space to evaluate the energy you allow into your life. It's not an act of cruelty to walk away. It's an act of self-love. When you release toxic people, you're not losing something. You're gaining something invaluable: peace, power, and purpose. Here's a practical step. Write a list of the people in your life. Next to each name, write how they make you feel. If someone's presence consistently brings negativity, consider how you might begin distancing yourself. Start small, reduce contact, establish boundaries, or, if necessary, let them go entirely. Think of this journey as clearing a garden. Removing the weeds may feel like a loss at first, but soon you'll see how the flowers of joy and contentment begin to bloom. Remember, your happiness is not tied to others. It's a gift you give yourself. So rise like the lotus, let go of the mud, and discover the tranquility that solitude can bring. As you take this first step, you're not just learning how to be happy alone. You're embracing the freedom to create the life you deserve. 2. Embrace solitude as freedom. Do you know the difference between solitude and loneliness? Loneliness feels like an ache, a void waiting to be filled. Solitude, however, is a sanctuary, a space where the noise of the world fades, leaving you alone with your thoughts and the infinite potential within. In Buddhist philosophy, solitude is not something to fear, but to embrace. It is the fertile ground where self-discovery and inner peace grow. Imagine a traveler setting out on a quiet path through the mountains. At first, the silence feels heavy, even unsettling, but as they walk, the sounds of the wind and the rustle of leaves begin to fill the void. They notice things they never did before, the beauty of the journey, the strength in their steps, and the clarity of their purpose. This is the gift of solitude. It strips away distractions and reveals the essence of who we are. In our fast-paced world, being alone is often misunderstood. Social media and societal pressures tell us that constant connection equals happiness. Yet, many who are surrounded by people still feel empty. This is where the Buddhist teaching of self-sufficiency offers wisdom. To find true happiness, we must learn to be at peace in our own company. As the Buddha reminds us, it is better to walk alone than with a crowd going in the wrong direction. Start small. Dedicate just 10 minutes a day to solitude. Sit in a quiet space with no phone, no music, no distractions. At first, your thoughts may race, but soon a calmness will emerge. Use this time to journal, meditate, or simply breathe deeply. This isn't just a practice in being alone. It's a practice in being fully present and aware. Over time, you'll discover the freedom solitude offers. You'll notice hidden passions bubbling to the surface, perhaps a love for painting, writing, or simply walking in nature. You'll find strengths you didn't know you had, like resilience, creativity, and independence. When you embrace solitude, you stop searching for validation in others. You realize you are enough. Think about this. If you can stand strong in your solitude, nothing can shake you. You are no longer afraid of being alone because you've made peace with yourself. When you are comfortable being alone, you become unstoppable. So take this moment to pause. Step away from the crowd and step into the beautiful, boundless world of your own soul. 3. Boundaries reflect self-respect. Have you ever said yes to something you didn't want, just to avoid conflict or please someone else? In those moments, a piece of your energy is given away, leaving you drained and unfulfilled. Boundaries, in Buddhist philosophy, are not walls to shut others out. They are sacred spaces that honor your self-worth and protect your inner peace. They remind you in the world that your well-being matters. Imagine a small, vibrant garden surrounded by a simple fence. The fence isn't there to block the sunlight or keep you trapped. It's there to ensure the garden thrives, safe from wandering feet or careless hands. You too are like that garden. Without boundaries, your energy can be trampled by the demands and negativity of others, leaving you exhausted and disconnected from yourself. In today's world, setting boundaries can feel selfish or harsh. But the truth is, boundaries are acts of self-respect. They are a declaration that you value your time, energy, and emotional health. Buddhist teachings encourage us to practice right action, choosing behaviors that align with our highest good and the good of others. This includes learning when to say no and when to step back. As the saying goes, boundaries are a sign of self-respect, not selfishness. Begin by reflecting on the areas of your life where you feel most drained. Is it a friend who constantly unloads their problems without listening to yours? Is it a work commitment you've taken on out of guilt? Identify these energy leaks and visualize the boundaries you need. Start small, a simple, kind refusal or a clear statement of your needs. For instance, instead of saying, "I guess I can help," try, "I'd love to help," but I don't have the capacity right now. At first, setting boundaries may feel uncomfortable, even confrontational. But remember, it's not about rejecting others, it's about choosing yourself. Over time, you'll notice something extraordinary. The more you honor your boundaries, the more others will respect them too. And those who don't, they were never meant to be part of your journey. Boundaries aren't barriers, they are bridges to a healthier, more authentic you. They protect your energy, foster your self-worth, and create the freedom to focus on what truly matters. As you practice this, you'll realize that every no you say to others is a powerful yes to yourself. Choose yourself, protect your peace, and watch how your happiness grows. 4. Inner peace begins within. Have you ever searched endlessly for happiness, hoping it would appear in a new job, a new relationship, or the approval of others? Yet no matter how much you achieve, or how many people praise you, the joy seems fleeting, like trying to hold water in your hands. Buddhism teaches us a timeless truth. Happiness isn't found outside, it begins within. True inner peace comes not from seeking validation, but from nurturing harmony within your own heart. Picture a calm lake at dawn, its surface perfectly still. This serenity doesn't come from anything external. It arises because the waters are undisturbed. Your mind is like that lake. When you stop chasing after external validation, you allow the ripples to settle, revealing the beauty of stillness and self-acceptance. In today's world, it's easy to confuse approval with happiness. Social media, career milestones, and societal expectations often dictate what we should feel proud of. But external validation is a fragile foundation for joy. It can be given and taken away. Buddhist philosophy invites us to shift our focus inward. As the Buddha said, peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. Start by practicing mindfulness. Take 5 minutes each day to sit quietly, focus on your breath, and observe your thoughts. This simple practice grounds you in the present, helping you realize that joy doesn't depend on what's happening around you, but on how you respond to it. Pair mindfulness with gratitude. At the end of each day, write down 3 things you're thankful for. They don't have to be grand. Perhaps it's the warmth of the sun, a kind word from a stranger, or the stillness of a quiet evening. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's lacking to what's already abundant in your life. The more you nurture inner peace, the less you'll feel the need to chase external approval. You'll discover that happiness isn't about impressing others, it's about accepting yourself. Imagine looking in the mirror and feeling content with who you are, flaws and all. True happiness is when you stop seeking approval and start approving of yourself. This journey isn't about perfection, it's about progress. As you embrace mindfulness and gratitude, you'll find that inner peace isn't a destination, but a practice, a gentle reminder that everything you need to be happy is already within you. Trust this truth, nurture your soul, and watch your happiness flourish. 5. Self-love is the foundation of all love. Have you ever tried to give your all to someone else while feeling empty inside? It's like trying to light a fire for others with no spark left for yourself. Buddhist philosophy reminds us that self-love is not selfish, it's the foundation of all love. You cannot pour into others if your own cup is empty. True happiness begins with treating yourself with the kindness and compassion you so freely give to others. Think of a tree rooted deep in the earth. Its strength comes from those roots, allowing it to provide shade, bear fruit, and withstand storms. Self-love is your root system. When you nurture yourself, you grow stronger, more resilient, and better able to support those around you. But in today's fast-paced world, self-love is often overlooked, dismissed as indulgence or weakness. Buddhism teaches us the opposite. To love others genuinely, you must first love yourself deeply. Start by reframing solitude. Choosing to be alone isn't a sign of weakness, it's an act of courage and self-love. As the saying goes, you are not weak for choosing solitude, it's a sign of courage and self-love. Embrace this time to reconnect with yourself. Begin each day with affirmations like, I am enough, I am worthy, or I deserve happiness. These simple statements, repeated daily, help reshape your inner narrative, replacing self-doubt with self-worth. Incorporate self-care into your routine, not as a luxury, but as a necessity. This might mean meditating in the morning, taking a long walk in nature, or indulging in creative hobbies that bring you joy. Listen to your body and mind, and give them the rest and nourishment they need. Over time, these small acts accumulate, forming a foundation of self-respect and inner strength. Self-love also means setting boundaries and forgiving yourself. You are human, imperfect, but deserving of love all the same. Learn to accept your flaws and celebrate your progress, no matter how small. As you practice self-love, you'll notice a shift. You'll feel lighter, freer, and more at peace in your own company. When you love yourself, you radiate that love outward. It becomes easier to connect with others without losing yourself in the process. So, take this time to nurture your roots, fill your cup, and embrace the solitude that allows you to grow. Remember, self-love isn't just the foundation of happiness, it's the key to living fully and freely. 6. Letting go of resentment liberates you. Resentment is like carrying a heavy backpack filled with rocks, each one representing an old hurt or betrayal. With every step you take, the weight slows you down, draining your energy and stealing your peace. Buddhist philosophy teaches us that holding on to resentment doesn't harm the person who wronged you. It only keeps you chained to your pain. Forgiveness isn't about condoning the hurt. It's about liberating yourself from the past and finding freedom in the present. Imagine a river, its waters blocked by a pile of debris. The flow becomes stagnant, unable to move forward. This is what resentment does to your heart. It clogs your emotional pathways, leaving you stuck in anger and bitterness. Forgiveness, like clearing the debris, allows the river to flow freely once again. It's an act of self-love, a gift you give yourself to heal and grow. Start by acknowledging your pain. Avoid burying it or pretending it doesn't exist. Sit with your feelings and understand the source of your resentment, who or what caused it. Once you've identified the weight you're carrying, make the conscious decision to let it go. You don't have to excuse the hurt, but you can choose not to let it control you anymore. As the Buddha said, you will not be punished for your anger, you will be punished by your anger. One way to begin this process is through meditation. Visualize the person or situation that caused your pain. Imagine yourself holding a rock that represents this resentment. Now, picture yourself dropping that rock into a vast, calm ocean, watching it sink and disappear. Feel the lightness in your body as you release that burden. Repeat this practice as often as needed. Forgiveness also extends to yourself. How often do you hold on to guilt for past mistakes? These too are rocks in your backpack. Remember, you are human, and growth comes from learning, not perfection. Speak to yourself with the kindness you'd offer a friend. Release the judgment and give yourself permission to move forward. Letting go of resentment doesn't mean forgetting the lessons it taught you. It means refusing to let the past define your future. By forgiving others and yourself, you clear the path to emotional clarity and peace. As you unburden your heart, you'll find that the journey becomes lighter, your steps more purposeful. Choose forgiveness and set yourself free. 7. Detachment brings clarity. Life often feels like a storm, with emotions, desires, and expectations pulling us in every direction. We cling to outcomes, chasing success, love, and validation, only to feel overwhelmed when things don't go as planned. Buddhist philosophy teaches us the power of detachment, not as an act of abandonment, but as a way to gain clarity and peace. Detachment doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop carrying what isn't yours to hold. As the saying goes, detachment is not giving up. It's gaining freedom from unnecessary burdens. Imagine holding onto a rope tightly, your hands burning as you try to pull something toward you that's just out of reach. The harder you pull, the more it hurts. But when you let go, the pain eases and your hands are free. This is the essence of detachment, releasing the struggle and embracing the freedom to focus on what truly matters. Begin by identifying the areas in your life where attachment creates stress. Are you overly tied to specific outcomes at work, in relationships, or in personal goals? Recognize that while you can influence situations, you can't control them. Focus instead on your actions, doing your best without obsessing over the results. This mindset shift, though simple, can transform how you approach challenges. One practical way to practice detachment is through mindful journaling. At the end of each day, write down what went well and what didn't. For every challenge, ask yourself, did I do my part? Was this outcome within my control? If the answer is no, release it. Visualize placing it in a box and setting it aside, reminding yourself that it no longer serves you to hold on to it. Detachment also means releasing the past and the future. Living in the present moment allows clarity to emerge. As the Buddha taught, the root of suffering is attachment. When you let go of trying to control everything, you open space for peace and understanding to take root. Detachment isn't about indifference, it's about freedom. By letting go of unnecessary burdens, you free yourself to focus on what truly matters, your values, your actions, and your well-being. This clarity brings contentment, allowing you to navigate life's storms with a calm and steady heart. Choose to let go of the rope, to release what you can't control, and watch as the chaos subsides, leaving space for wisdom and peace to guide you forward. 8. Growth requires discomfort. Change often feels like stepping into the unknown, leaving behind the comfort of what we know for the uncertainty of what could be. But in Buddhist philosophy, transformation and growth are inseparable from discomfort. Just as a seed must break through the soil to reach the light, our personal growth requires us to face challenges that stretch and shape us. Growth is supposed to challenge you. It's a sign of progress, and every step forward, no matter how uncomfortable, brings you closer to your true self. Picture a butterfly emerging from its cocoon. The process isn't easy. Its wings develop strength through the struggle of breaking free. Without this effort, it wouldn't be able to fly. In the same way, the discomfort you feel when navigating change is the resistance that helps you grow stronger. Whether it's starting a new job, moving to a new city, or learning to be happy alone, these moments of uncertainty are where growth begins. Start by reframing discomfort as an opportunity. Instead of avoiding difficult situations, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? If you feel isolated in solitude, view it as a chance to explore your inner world. If a new challenge scares you, see it as an invitation to discover untapped potential. Each uncomfortable moment holds the potential for transformation, if you're willing to embrace it. Take small steps into discomfort daily. This could mean trying something new, like cooking a meal you've never attempted, or reaching out to someone you admire but haven't spoken to yet. These small acts of courage build resilience, teaching you that discomfort isn't something to fear, but a tool for growth. Over time, the unfamiliar becomes familiar, and what once seemed daunting becomes second nature. Growth also requires patience. Just as a tree doesn't bear fruit the day it's planted, Your efforts may take time to show results. Be kind to yourself as you navigate the discomfort. Celebrate small victories and remind yourself that every step forward, no matter how small, is progress. When you look back on your life, it's not the easy, comfortable moments that define your growth, but the challenges you overcame. Growth requires discomfort because it's through facing the unfamiliar that we discover our strength. Embrace these moments not as obstacles, but as stepping stones on your journey. The discomfort will pass, but the person you become through it will stay with you, stronger and more resilient than ever before. 9. Choose yourself without guilt. Life often pressures us to meet the expectations of others, parents, partners, friends, or even society. We stretch ourselves thin, hoping to please everyone, only to find our own happiness slipping further away. Buddhist philosophy reminds us that true happiness begins when you honor yourself. Choosing yourself means choosing your peace over pleasing others, and this is not selfish, it's essential. Imagine you're a jar of water being poured into the cups of everyone around you. Eventually, your jar empties, and you have nothing left to give. But what if you pause to refill your own jar first? This isn't selfish, it's necessary. When you're full, you can give to others without losing yourself. Choosing yourself is like that, ensuring you have the strength, peace, and clarity to navigate life. Start by recognizing the situations where you feel torn between your needs and others' expectations. Perhaps it's agreeing to plans when you're exhausted or saying yes to work, demands that overwhelm you. Pause and ask yourself, am I doing this out of obligation or because it aligns with my peace? Learning to say no can feel uncomfortable at first, but it's an act of self-respect. Every time you choose your well-being over external pressure, you reclaim a part of yourself. Understand that disappointing others is not the same as failing them. People who truly care for you will respect your boundaries, even if it takes time. Begin with small steps. Decline invitations when you need rest, or set clear boundaries for your time and energy. Over time, this practice strengthens your sense of self-worth and teaches others to respect your priorities. Practice mindfulness to stay grounded in your choices. When guilt arises, acknowledge it without judgment. Remind yourself of this truth. By choosing your peace, you're cultivating the energy and clarity to live authentically and give meaningfully. Repeat the affirmation, I choose myself, and that is enough as a reminder of your right to prioritize your happiness. Choosing yourself is not about shutting people out. It's about creating space to nurture your inner world. In doing so, you become more present, more loving, and more at peace. Let go of the guilt. Embrace the power of saying yes to yourself. When you prioritize your own well-being, you set the foundation for a life of joy, balance, and purpose. A life where you can be truly happy, alone, and whole. 10. Solitude attracts the right people. It's easy to believe that we need to be surrounded by others to feel validated or worthy, especially in a world that constantly promotes external approval. But in the quiet moments of solitude, we find that the most profound connections are with ourselves. Buddhist wisdom teaches that when you thrive in your own company, you naturally begin to attract the right people into your life. The energy of self-respect draws the right people into your life, because when you honor yourself, you align with those who value and support your authenticity. Imagine a person who radiates peace, contentment, and self-assurance, someone whose presence doesn't depend on the validation of others. That energy is magnetic. It's not about seeking attention, but about being whole within yourself. As you nurture your own growth, your energy becomes an invitation to others who resonate with that same peace. You no longer have to chase relationships They are drawn to you because you have become a source of your own happiness. The first step in this process is building confidence in your independence. This doesn't mean avoiding relationships or pushing people away. Rather, it's about nurturing your inner strength. Spend time doing things that bring you joy and fulfillment on your own. Whether it's pursuing a passion project, meditating, or simply enjoying time in nature. These moments of solitude help you strengthen your sense of self. Over time, this self-assurance becomes apparent to others. As you become more comfortable in your own skin, you'll start to notice a change in the relationships around you. The people who come into your life will no longer be those who drain your energy or depend on you for their happiness. Instead, you'll attract people who respect your boundaries, encourage your dreams, and bring positivity into your life. The right people are drawn to your genuine self, your strength to stand alone while still radiating kindness and warmth. Thriving alone isn't about pushing others away. It's about aligning so deeply with your own truth that you no longer accept relationships that fail to uplift or support your growth. You create the energy that invites the right connections, those that enhance your journey rather than define it. By embracing solitude, you naturally attract relationships that truly matter. Solitude is not emptiness. It's a space where you grow, evolve, and attract those who truly align with your essence. When you thrive on your own, the universe reflects that energy, bringing people into your life who add value and positivity, walking beside you on your journey. Bonus lesson: the power of letting go. Imagine carrying a heavy backpack filled with the weight of your past. Regrets, mistakes, old wounds, and relationships that no longer serve you. Each day, you haul this burden, limiting your ability to move forward and embrace new opportunities. Letting go might feel overwhelming, but Buddhist teachings reveal a profound truth. Letting go isn't losing. It's gaining everything that's truly meant for you. Releasing the past isn't about giving up. It's a bold declaration of freedom. Letting go is about releasing the burdens that weigh you down, whether they're toxic memories or unmet expectations from others. It's about giving yourself the freedom to move forward without allowing past failures or disappointments to overshadow your future. Think about the times in your life when you've held on to things that caused you pain, whether it was old grudges or unresolved wounds. Perhaps you believed that holding on to them gave you a sense of safety or control over the story, but in reality, these attachments only keep you tied to the past, stopping you from reaching your true potential. Buddhism reminds us that attachment is the root of suffering, and through letting go, we find the clarity and peace to truly live. By releasing old emotional baggage, we open ourselves to new opportunities, fresh perspectives, and unexpected joy. When we embrace this wisdom, we shift from fear and resistance to openness and possibility. Imagine freeing yourself from the pain of past relationships, the regret of missed opportunities, or the guilt of past mistakes. The freedom that comes with letting go creates space for a life free from unnecessary burdens. Letting go doesn't mean erasing the past. It means recognizing what happened, learning from it, and choosing to move forward without letting it control your present or future. As you practice releasing, you'll feel lighter, both emotionally and physically. You'll be amazed at the opportunities that emerge when you create space for what's truly meant for you. Letting go allows life to flow naturally through you. You no longer feel the need to control every outcome or cling to things that no longer serve you. Instead, you open yourself to the unknown, where the universe holds endless possibilities waiting to surprise and inspire you. Letting go isn't a loss. It's the doorway to everything you're meant to receive. By embracing this profound yet simple act, you unlock a future filled with peace, potential, and true joy. As we journey through life's challenges, the lessons of solitude and self-discovery remind us that real happiness isn't found in the world's noise, but in the quiet stillness within. To live fully is to embrace stillness, understanding that being alone is not emptiness, but a canvas where we can express our truest selves. In solitude, we uncover strength, gain clarity, and find the courage to release what holds us back. Zen philosophy reminds us that when you let go of what you are, you open the door to what you might become. Letting go isn't about rejection, it's about choosing freedom. It's about clearing the way for new beginnings, free from toxic relationships, doubts, and fears. When we let go, we grow, and in that growth, we uncover a joy so profound that no external force can take it from us. Life's greatest treasures are not found in the approval of others, but in the quiet moments where we truly meet ourselves. To live fully is to move through life with grace, knowing that our worth is not determined by circumstances, but by the love and respect we show ourselves. Let this be your invitation to embrace solitude, live deeply, and release anything that no longer serves you. Within the stillness of your soul lies the entire universe. If these insights have touched your heart, consider sharing them with others. Like and share this video to spread inspiration. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe to Deep Wisdom for more transformative Buddhist teachings and practical guidance for a serene and fulfilling life.